Okay. Sir, are you Mr. Bodie?
I'm the beneficiary, so
What you doing here if you're not Bodie? Are you Bodie?
I'm the beneficiary. I hold the birth.
What?
You gotta unmute. I need to hear what his response is. All I heard is beneficiary.
The state run a claim against me. I'm here to see by the matter, Mom.
I don't even understand what he's saying, Judge.
I don't, Mr. Are you Mr. Alonzo Bodie?
I'm the beneficiary.
What does that mean, sir?
I'm not entertaining y'all games and stuff.
What?
Okay,
Games, y'all.
Stop, Miss Freeman.
I didn't know what he was talking about, Judge.
No, Mr. Bodie, what game are we playing?
The games what them playing in this court. I've been sitting in this jail for so long, you know what I'm saying? And I've been sitting here. I'm already in this jail for no reason. On somebody lying on me, and they're out there living their life. My mama died, and they take this for a game. And I can't keep taking it like this. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, Mr. Bodie, I understand. Let me ask you a couple questions, okay?
I should disagree.
Mr. Bodie, are you there with me?
I'm the beneficiary, sir.
I understand. What game have I played upon you?
Sir, I'm sitting in jail.
Mr. Bodie, I know where you are. I asked you a direct question, man to man, and I expect you to give me an answer, man to man. Now, if you want to play a game of Mr. Bodie, stop. Because you're talking about playing games. I asked you a question and you don't want to answer the question. I'm trying to boil this down so that we can get to the heart of the matter. So, what game have I played upon you?
The last time I was over here, sir, it was like you told me I got to go along with the attorney or what. You know, it's just like I'm sitting in jail and I can prove my innocence. I'm innocent.
So, Mr. Bodie, do you understand how that's not answering the question? I want you to tell me what, Sir, please, what game have I played upon you?
You ain't playing it, it's the DA. The DA them coming with trumped up charges, sir. And the DA playing like they the petition. I'm the petition. Like when I go to the driver license place, I hold the birth certificate to get an ID. Before you get new driver license, you got to show the birth certificate. How the state gonna come up and saying they the petition and I hold the birth certificate?
Okay, so Mr. Bodie, do you understand? Sir, please stop. Sir, please. I will let you speak and say whatever you need to say. But for there to be communication and for there to be understanding, there has to be words that are said between the two people that are seeking understanding. I am seeking understanding. So let's calm down a little bit, take a breath, and let's have a conversation. Can we do that, sir?
Yes.
Okay. So you understand that and this what I tell people all the time. Every person that has been acquitted of a crime, meaning it went to trial, jury found not guilty, or the charges were dismissed, they've gone through the exact same process that you're going through right now. So there are conversations that may need to be had as to bond and getting out and putting your life together, all that kind of stuff. Those are all reasonable conversations to have. But what you have to understand is you, as they would say, you bite out your nose to spite your face. So it's okay that you're frustrated. And I understand that. And I'm not here to try to add to your frustration. But we have to be able to communicate like adults. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you have a lawyer, Miss Pleasant, who's here, and she's a capable attorney, very good attorney, to argue on your behalf. You don't have to agree with the allegations that have been made against you. And I never asked somebody to agree on the allegations. But once you've been accused and you're alleged to be an accused, those allegations are placed on you. Having lawyers and going through the process is how you take those allegations off of you. But fighting the fact that you have been named something, just fighting the name is just not enough. And sir, I grew up poor here, middle class family, wasn't poor, middle class family, working class family in South DeKalb County. And I'm 5'6". I don't have authority to place on anybody. I went to law school, been in law school for 22 years. I'm a judge. So that means I get to sit and hear these issues. But I just want you to hear what I'm saying, sir. You're an adult and you have the right to mess up your life if that's what you want to do. You've been accused of doing something. You should allow people that are trained in this world to help you. So you have a person that can help you. So you can speak to Miss Pleasant and sit down and talk to her all you want. She's going to tell you what she thinks, and you're going to tell her what you think. But you may want to listen to her because she's been trained to deal with this stuff. Okay?
Yes.
Are we clear, Mr. Bodie?
Yes. Well, can I ask you something?
Yes, sir.
All right, sir. Like, I got evidence right here to show you, sir.
Let me stop. So the first question is, when you say you have evidence, the second thing is, or the first question is, why have you not shared that with your lawyer?
Because she came Sunday and talked to me while it was a holiday, sir. And I had told her when I tried to email her.
Don't tell me the substance of the conversation, because that's attorney-client privilege. You can't be forced to say anything that you may have discussed with your lawyer. But please proceed.
when I try to email, it is blocked. The kiosk, her thing blocked.
Okay. So your complaint is that when you're trying to communicate with your lawyer, you believe that that communication is difficult.
Yeah, this might be a thing. It ain't on her like that, sir. Cause me and her had talked Sunday.
Okay. So, Mr. Bodie, do you or do you not have a complaint about your ability to communicate with your lawyer?
I just couldn't give her this stuff because it's on video, sir.
Okay. Now, this process, Mr. Bodie, is as a judge, it's not whether you're guilty or innocent, it's whether there's evidence to say, well, maybe you did do it. And as a judge, I'm just listening for that. It's generally considered, you think a scale of 1 to 100, 51%. It's like, well, maybe. That's the process right here. Your lawyer is going to be asking questions of the officer, and most likely she's going to be asking questions that allow her to then go gather evidence to support your innocence. But she can't do that until we go through this process and she has the opportunity to question the lawyer. Question the officers. So there's going to come a day when the state is required by law to turn over their whole case file. And I'm certain your lawyer is going to sit down and talk to you about the information that's in the case file. Right now, this is her opportunity to question the officer and get information that will help lead her to where she needs to go to get the information that she's going to need to defend you. Do you understand that?
Yes.
So, Mr. Bodie, and if is it Body or Bodie?
Bye.
Body. Okay. I believe everybody deserves the dignity of being called in their right name. So, Mr. Body, can we move forward with this process? And you don't have to agree with anything that comes out of the officer's mouth, but just listen and allow your lawyer to do her job. Can we do that?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Let's get back up and rolling.
But I will say in the meantime, I had the officer on, Wilson log on. The officer's call out to that scene was canceled. So I had
Okay.
her log on. So that's why you'll see another officer on.
Okay. Thank you. I saw the text.
Okay.
Let me
Okay.
see.
And Attorney Hill, I sent you a message in the chat about that case.
Okay. For the record, this is position 13 on the calendar, State of Georgia versus Alonza Body. Miss Body is charged in warrant number 2021 CW 50597 with committing the offense of child molestation. Mr. Body is present. His lawyer, Miss Pleasant, is also present. And the state is represented by Miss Freeman. Ms. Freeman, can you swear in your witness and present your case?
Thank you, Your Honor. Can you mute the jail, please?
Yes.
Investigator Houston, would you raise your right hand, please? Do you swear and affirm that the testimony you're about to provide in the matter of Alonzo Bodie will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Please tell us your name and how you're employed.
Investigator Casey Houston, Macon Bibb District Attorney's Office,
And how long have you been with the Bibb County District Attorney's Office?
since February 2022.
Where were you employed prior to joining the Bibb County District Attorney's Office?
I was a detective with the City of Forest Park Police Department
How long had you been with the City of Forest Park?
since 2006.
Investigator Houston, while you were working with the Forest Park Police Department, were you assigned the case to investigate involving Alonzo Bodie?
Yes, ma'am, I was.
And was this regarding an incident that allegedly occurred on January 1st of 2018?
The incident occurred over time.
Okay, I'm sorry. Did you take out warrants regarding Mr. Bodie?
I did, yes, ma'am.
And then the warrant, you listed January 1st, 2018, is that correct?
I did.
Okay. Would you please tell us why you used that date?
The victim was 14 years old at the time. She reported to her father that Mr. Bodie had been sexually assaulting her since she was, I believe, 11. So that would have been in 2018.
Okay. And where did these incidents allegedly occur?
In Forest Park.
Is it,
I believe it's, I'm sorry,
what, was this at a residence?
it was an apartment complex.
And who lived in that apartment?
It's my understanding it's Mr. Bodie and the child and her mother.
Okay. Was this the 507 Georgia Avenue?
Yes, ma'am, that's correct.
Did Mr. Bodie have some type of relationship with the victim and her family?
He was in a relationship with the victim's mother.
Was he married to the mother?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay. What did you learn from your investigation that happened regarding Mr. Bodie and this victim?
The victim, like I said, had sent a text message to her father in December saying that she had been, I believe she used the word raped or something by Mr. Bodie since she was 11 years old. I talked with Mr. Higgins, the victim's father, and he had told me the same thing. From there, I went and had a forensic interview done. I did not conduct it, but I requested to have one done, which was done at the Child Advocacy Center there in Clayton County. During the interview, the child makes the statement that she had been touched multiple times by Mr. Bodie. She says that he had touched her breast and her vagina using his fingers and his penis on multiple occasions. And the last time that it happened would have been in November of 2020.
Where did the victim say these incidents occurred?
I believe in her bedroom. And she had made the statement that that Mr. Bodie would send her mother out to the store, or her mother would be asleep when he would come in her room.
Were you able to determine if there were any witnesses to any of these incidents?
I do not know of any witnesses, no, ma'am.
Were you able to interview Mr. Bodie regarding these allegations?
No, ma'am, I was not able to get in touch with Mr. Bodie.
Was the victim's mother aware of anything that was going on?
She was not until the text message that was sent to the victim's father, then she became aware.
Was the victim's mother still dating Mr. Bodie at the time?
At the time of the text message?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
And I'm sorry, investigator, Houston, if you already said this. I know you said at the time when the incident started that the victim was 14. How old was she when she reported what was going on?
No, the victim said that she was 11 when it started.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And she
Okay.
was 14 when she reported it to her father.
Okay. Were these incidents in Clayton County?
Yes, ma'am, I believe so.
Thank you. I have no further questions.
Yes,
Ms.
ma'am.
Pleasant?
Thank you. Investigator Houston. Was any kind of forensic interview conducted with regards to the alleged victim in this case?
A forensic interview was done with the victim, yes, ma'am.
I'm sorry?
I'm sorry. A forensic interview was done at the Child Advocacy Center with the victim, yes, ma'am.
And when did that occur?
The date was on January the 12th of 2021.
And do you recall who conducted that interview?
Wendy Mulder.
Okay. And was an interview conducted, I believe you said the father's name was Higgins?
The father's name, yes, ma'am. Albert Higgins.
Okay. Did you conduct an interview with him?
I spoke to him on the phone.
When did that occur?
I can look back at my report if that's okay.
Okay.
I called him, looks like I called him on January the 5th.
Okay. And the mother of the alleged victim, did you interview her?
I spoke with her on the phone as well.
What information, any, did she provide?
She wasn't able to provide me any information about the allegations. She told me that she had been in a relationship with Mr. Body for 3 years and that they were living at 507 Georgia Avenue, apartment I-7.
Did you collect any evidence in this case?
No, ma'am.
Other than the forensic interview, do you have any audio or videos in this case?
No, ma'am.
Did you execute any search warrants for DNA in this case?
No, ma'am.
So other than the alleged victim's statements, you don't have any other evidence in this case?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you. That's all I have at this time.
Any follow-up, Ms. Freeman?
No, Your Honor, the state rests.
Okay, may the officer be excused?
Yes.
Okay. You may be excused, ma'am, or you could stay to the end and listen to the argument. It's just totally up to you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay, Ms. Pleasant, do you plan on presenting any evidence?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, and I'm assuming, Ms. Freeman, you're gonna waive opening?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so I'll hear from you, Ms. Pleasant.
Your Honor, I will submit only testimony that is sufficient for probable cause.
Okay. Miss Freeman, do you have anything to
No,
add?
well, no, Judge, given that the defense counsel has submitted, we would just ask that you bind the one charge of child molestation over to Superior Court.
Okay, I'm gonna find that the testimony that I've heard is sufficient for this matter to be bound over to the Superior Court of Clayton County, and that will be my determination.
Thank you,
All right,
Judge.
You're welcome. What do we have next?
The officer is already on for, I believe that's Craig.
The lady said I want to ask the judge. He
Give me
said we
one
need to be
moment. Let me get my file.
I thought you said Wilson, Ms. Freeman.
Let me see. I'm sorry, that's the officer on Wilson. So we're ready
Okay.
for Richard Wilson. Thank
Okay,
you, Phil.
hold on 1 second.
Judge, we're still live on YouTube.
Yes, we are.
And Judge, if Mr. Bodie, you know, Judge, if the jail can go ahead and send him back, and I think Ms. Hill wanted a quick breakout room with Mr. Wilson before we begin. But we're still live on YouTube.
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry,
Officer Angelus, just hold tight.